Hi, welcome to Sabbath School Daily, where we have been studying from this lesson right here, Psalms. Today we're starting a brand new lesson, lesson number 5, which has the title, Singing the Lord's Song in a Strange Land, and today is Sabbath's lesson. Our memory verse this week comes from Psalm 137, verse 4, and it says, "How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?" W.H. Auden once wrote a poem called Victor. The poem is about the tragic happenings in the life of a man named Victor, who, among other things, had been betrayed by his wife. The verses of the poem go on to describe how he wanders the streets of his city aimlessly, and at long end he finds himself at the outskirts of the town, in a deserted place where the sturdy trash was burned. As the tears stream down his face, he looks into the far-off distance, towards the setting sun, towards the horizon, and in great anguish he looks up and cries out, "Father, are you there?" But from the heavens, he receives no answer. Almost all, if not all of us, have already had our share of traumas. Maybe a long siege of an illness, maybe a period of perplexity in which it seems that we will not emerge from the valley of the shadow of death. Perhaps even the confirmation of an unfavorable diagnosis. Absurd diseases, apparent random blows of chance, occasions where the very foundations of our life seem to shudder, crumble, and destroy all hope. Occasions in which we try to find meaning in the midst of chaos or comfort and security in God, where we cry out, "Father, are you there?" And we wait and wait and wait some more, and our prayers seem to be returned to us still enclosed in the envelope, unread and unstamped, and saying, "Address unknown." How do we survive the apparent delays of God? How is it possible to survive those moments of confusion, doubt, where God doesn't seem to make any sense? All the Psalms mentioned in this week's lesson reflect the attitude of discouragement of Psalm 137, which is our memory verse this week. The songs of exile, that's what they're called. We are all exiles in a strange land, friends. We hang our harps, our instruments of joy and happiness and celebration, on the willows of our exile, apparently without any reason for songs and praise. And in doing so, we reject God's invitation to witness of our faith and courage through the fiery furnaces of life. Israel felt this way, as we find described in Psalm 137, nostalgic and longing for their homeland. Perhaps one of the hardest aspects of the Christian life is to coexist with the silence of God. After all, one of the greatest comforts that can be felt is the companionship of someone that we love through the devastating and sinister moments of life. And who is it that we love more than God? No one. And so, to be left in the dark, seemingly alone, is terrifying. How do we deal with these moments? Are we truly alone? The lesson puts it this way in Sabbath's lesson. As sin corrupts the world more and more, the earth has increasingly become a strange land to God's people. This reality creates a problem for the psalmist. How does one live a life of faith in a strange land? What makes this even more unnerving is that the Psalms are never doubting the existence of God, never doubting his power or sovereignty. There's a plethora of chapters that proclaim the glory, the majesty, and greatness of the Lord. And so, how is it that we also find deep moments of anguish and perplexity due to his apparent absence? The psalmist, however, recognizes the sovereignty of God, as well as his just judgments. God is the permanent answer. The Most High is sovereign in power, infallible, just, and trustworthy. In him, we find refuge in the day of evil, of tears, a very present help in the time of trouble. And so, is there a cognitive dissonance here? Is there really a discrepancy in how we should understand God and even how the psalmist understands God? We're going to see through the study of this week's lesson that no, that while we do have problems in this life, God has already provided a way out. God has already provided peace. So study your lesson, look up the verses that are mentioned each day that will help you understand the context of what you're studying. Also, remember to comment down below. I love hearing from you. I love hearing your thoughts and your ideas, your questions. And please remember to like, to share, and to subscribe to our videos. We release one every day, and I hope to see you again here tomorrow for another Sabbath School Daily.